Hey, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Hey, it's not a great day in Houston, Texas. This is Gregory Wiles with his inspirational morning walk. It's inspirational morning walk. How is everyone doing? Hope it's great weather wherever you are. It's nice and cool here. I'm back on my track, getting some walking. Tessa Hunt, good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Hope it's nice wherever you are. It's great here, getting some morning walking, getting some exercise. It's Gregory Wiles with his inspirational morning walk. Just first time listeners, I just get up in the morning, do my exercise, and I just share some of my thoughts with you guys. I just usually be on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7:30, the Central Time where I am here in Texas, but 8:30 Eastern Time. So that's the time I'd be on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Cheryl, Sam, good morning. How are you doing today? How is everything going, Cheryl? Yeah, so that's the time I usually be on. And yes, just go on YouTube. If you miss anything, just go on YouTube. I usually upload everything there. I usually start putting the link now when I forward these videos throughout the day. I usually just put the link on there to make it easy for people just to click right on the link right there and get right in to the YouTube and see whatever you missed that you want to listen to again. It's all there. It's all there. Renita, good morning. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. All right, guys. I'm going to jump into it today. Today we want to talk about this endless supply, right? This kingdom, we're talking about the kingdom. We're still trying to figure out some keys. June, Archer Glass School, how are you doing today? Good morning. We're still trying to figure out some of these keys to the kingdom so we can unlock some stuff that we need right here on this earth, right? We're still trying to figure out some of those keys, right? So he has an endless supply. And we can talk about the endless supply today. And this key today is all about just believing. Right? We believe in a lot of things and we trust in a lot of things that we do not see. Right? Well, we put our trust in it or stuff that we don't understand. How much of you, if you're not an electronic technician, Mr. Stephen Adams, good morning. If you're not an electronic technician, you can understand how this whole cell phone work. Or if you're not a mechanic, you understand how your car work or the airplane we go in and we put our confidence and trust in it, and it comes true for us. It comes true because it's a man figure out, like we said, one of God's laws. You ever think of how you can throw a small rock in a body of water and it sink, but yet still a big, huge ship, hundreds of thousands of tons can float? We don't understand it all the time, but we decide we're going on a cruise, we take a cruise, and we take a cruise. But that's lots of time when it comes to this word here. We just say, oh, I got the seeing is believing, right? But not always the case. So let's go quickly into 2 Kings 4:1-7 and see what his story says. 2 Kings 4:1-7. It said the widow's olive oil, right? The widow's olive oil. The 2 Kings 4:1-7. It said the wife of a man from the company of the prophets cried out to Elijah, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that he revered the Lord. But now his creditors is coming to take my 2 boys as his slave." Elijah replied to her, "How can I help you? Tell me, what do you have in your house?" "Your servant has nothing there at all," she replied, "except a small jar of olive oil." Elijah said, "Go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Do not ask for just a few." Hear what he said. Do not ask for just a few. Then go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour oil into the jar, and as each is filled, put it to one side. And 5 said, she left and shut the door behind her and her sons. They brought the jars to her, and she kept pouring. When all the jars was filled, she said to her son, "Bring me another one." But he replied, "There is not a jar left." Then the oil stopped flowing. Take note when the oil stopped flowing, because I want to talk a little about that. The oil stopped flowing when all the jars were filled, right? She went and she told the man of God, and he said, "Go sell the oil and pay your debts." You and your sons can live on what is left, right? Don't sell the oil. He said, go and collect jars. Collect jars, right? Collect jars. You just imagine someone telling you that you ain't got nothing left. You just got your last left and said, what you have, you thinking is nothing, right? So the little bit that you have right now, you thinking is nothing. You thinking is nothing. She regarded the little oil that she had in the jar as nothing. I have nothing left. But that's little that you have. It's a whole lot. It is a whole lot, right? It's a lot. So don't think anything that you have, that you were blessed with, you thinking it's just a little. No, it's a lot. It is a lot. Then he tell go and get jars. He said, don't ask for a few, because he know what about to happen. Don't just ask for a few. Ask for as many as you can get. As many as you can get. Then he give her some instructions. You see, the thing is, where's one of these key to this woman's success and taking care of her needs? She never questioned him. She never questioned him. She had the confidence in him, just like how we have the confidence in all these products we're using. This phone right now, I know I can't leave home without it. I feel like I'm missing a part of me if I leave home without this phone. And so depend on it. Ask me how it works. Ask me how this live broadcast working right now. I don't have a clue, but I trust and I depend on it. The phone said, press this button to go live, do this, and I do it, and it didn't fail me, right? So just like this woman here, she didn't question him. She put confidence and trust in him that he can help her, and she just follows instructions. And the oil never stopped flowing until the last jar was filled. So this tells me if she had 100 more jars, the oil would have continuously flowing until all the jars that she has was filled. And here we instruct her, don't ask for a few. Don't ask for a few. Don't try to limit this king of ours. Don't limit it. Lots of times I see people going and praying. You're in a situation, God, just get me out of this situation. I just need enough money just to pay my rent this month. Just give me enough money to pay. What happened next month? What happened the other months? You don't still have the rent to pay? You're going to ask him to own a house. He said he can give us houses that we cannot build, pool that we did not dig, vineyards that we did not plant. Why you want to ask him just for the 1 month's rent? You ask him for a house that is paid off. Fill up all the jars. Don't just go and ask for a few jars. Ask for most of as much jars that you can get. Because this is connected, this oil that she has here is connected to his supply that we cannot see. And because we cannot see it, that doesn't mean it's not real. That does not mean it is not real. To us, it's a big miracle, but to him, that world he's saying is more real than this world right here, right now, right? He just connected to his oil can in his kingdom, and we can't see that his oil well that is connected to, and it just keeps flowing. And then when she fill up all the jars, she said, I'm not going to waste my oil, and he just shut the valve off. That's all the way it is. Well, we can't see that. We can't see it. But that doesn't mean it's not real, right? That's all that happened. So someone was watching. How magically the oil stopped flowing when the last jar was filled. Someone was watching there, okay, just like you at your faucet. You're filling up some bucket or you're filling up whatever you're filling up. When it reached to the top, you turn the faucet off. That's all what goes on there. Someone there just watching, okay, she doesn't have any more cans, let's shut it off. And that's all what goes on there. But a lot of time we want to see. We want to see. If we can't see it, it's not real, right? So these little stories here, guys, is giving us some little principles. It's giving us some little principles. I know we read them a lot and they just sound like, oh, it's a nice story, you know. No. These are principles that if we apply them to our own life, they can work the same way, right? She didn't question this guy. She believed that he can help her, and she just went and followed along the instructions, right? And we got a lot of instructions in that good book there, right? The good book, we got a lot of instructions. And the same way God's saying, if you follow it, because it's my word, if you follow those instructions, you're going to get, Miss Petal Daniels, thank you for coming in. So if you follow those instructions, you can get the same results. This is protocols and principles I'm laying out to you, how to get the best of your life there on earth and how to enjoy some of the goodness that you can enjoy in the spiritual kingdom right here on earth, right? So guys, we gotta just follow these instructions, put the confidence and trust in it, just like how we put confidence and trust in anything that we're using right now, like we talked about last week, right? But you can't see you can't see all these signals that's coming around us that causing these cell phones and your television to work. We can't see them, but that doesn't mean they're not real. That doesn't mean they're not real, right? So saying seeing is believing, explain that to me. Explain the wind that's blowing right now that caused so much damage in the hurricane. We can't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not real, right? That doesn't mean it's not real. So guys, don't wait to see. These instructions are here. These instructions are here for to help us to get what we need to survive right here on the earth. So let us connect our supply, our oil can, to an endless supply that never ends, right? A supply that never ends. So guys, I'm gonna leave it there today. But just go and look at it. You can read that whole story. It's 2 Kings 4, 1 through 7 we take from today. But let us be connected to a supply that never ends. Remember, his economy is never into recession. It's never in a recession. But what struck me with this when I'm looking at it, he always needs some little thing to start with, right? He needs something to start with. Doesn't matter how little it is, but he needs something to start with. The little oil turned into a lot. So guys, be connected to the supply that never ends, right? Guys, I'm going to leave that there today. Have a good weekend. Have a very good weekend. And we'll talk again on Monday, guys. Thanks you all for watching.